Hey, Sunshine, and welcome to my channel. I'm Angie. For those of you that are new, welcome. Thank you for being here. And to the rest of you that's been subscribed to my channel, thank you so much for hanging on and watching my videos and hanging around. So, yes, you did read the title. There is so much going on. So before I go any further, I have 8 days to my very first market coming up Saturday the 18th. So this video, I'll be going into my market the next day when you see this. So I'm excited. A little nervous, but I'm excited. Normally, the whole top of my cube is completely empty. And even on the top shelf there, that was all of my exploding plushie. It's been nice out all day today. So after we went for a walk and had dinner, we decided to set up the 6-foot table. And Jace and I both spent about 2 hours tagging everything that needs to be tagged. That I bought a tagging gun for it to make it easier on me, because we did purchase 2 5-tier wire basket shelf, and the plan I was going to use for it, like certain shelves would be like the $30 item, 20, however I do it, and it would work out perfect for me as well as Jay, so he knows the prices and stuff, and the compare that I do know from back of my head. And a lot of things have changed in the last 3 weeks that the curveball was thrown in, so we decided to return it. You're probably thinking, uh-oh, what's up? You can say that. It's not bad. It's going to be a good thing for us. So that's what it. We decided to go ahead and just return that. And I returned one of the wood shelves that actually curved really nice. I thought, well, I probably won't need that, but I kept the other one that's just straight. I think it's 5-tier shelves, but I could put like maybe the small $10 items on there, and as people buy them, I can just add new. That's all the same price and everything. And we had the ear warmers that had a cardboard cutout of a woman's face, like with the eye and the messy bun hair too. And I put the tagger thingy through to hold it in place. So that's all that, and I marked the back of it for the price I'm selling it for. I decided not to tag the beanie hat, the bandana, one scarf, I think. I can't remember if there was anything else. Because those could be just laid on the table nice and smooth, and I'm just going to put a little tag on the front. I'll stop at Dollar Tree. They have some stuff that you can buy in the crafting department, and that would work. And I can just put it at the price of what those hats would be. Those things that didn't really need tags. But that's a lot of little things. A lot of those will be going on the wire shelf. I also have some plastic containers that I can use to put them in, like for hair scrunchies and things like that. So that way it's easy, convenient, because there was so much stuff to tag. So I got them all done. Yay. So wish me luck. Hope I can do good this week. This market that I'm doing, it's not like a market, but they're doing like a book signing, and they want people that make things, homemade things, to come and sell as part of the book signing. So like they would have people with cookies and food and homemade crochet, which would be me, and maybe several other ones. So this person that's running it is doing a phenomenal job right now. And she said she wanted to make sure that there isn't more than one of the same person that do the same kind of craft. And that's really neat. So I did sign up for farmers market that starts in May. So I went ahead and bought 3 Saturdays in May, June, and July 4th. So that gives me 3, 6, 9 or 10 days. So that way I booked up to July 4th, and then I can always go ahead and pick other Saturdays throughout the summer. And so I'm actually excited to do something that is right in St. Mary. It's called the Canal Side Farmers Market, because our town is a rich history about the canal, which is the Miami Erie Canal. You can actually look that up on Google, and it'll tell you the whole story about it, where it started all the way down to where it ended, and why it's not in use, what happened, and stuff like that. It's really neat. So I live right in St. Mary's, Ohio, and it runs right through it. So one of these days, Jason and I go for a walk. I'll try to record a little bit of that too. You can get an idea. It's pretty neat. So, now, the curveball. We had bad storms that blew through, as I mentioned in the community post, that we were out of power from Friday afternoon at 2 p.m. all the way till 7 p.m. Sunday night. No power at all. Thankfully, we had a little Blue Yeti that we can charge it up in the car when we go off a drive and then use it to charge the phone or whatever else. But it was not enough power for Jace to sleep in bed to use his CPAP machine because he has to sleep with the CPAP machine because his breathing is really bad at night. So he was in like a intermittent sleep. I was in an intermittent sleep because I was worried about him. And I have a CPAP machine myself, but mine is not as severe as his, so I can get away with not using it if I don't want to. But I do snore in my sleep, yes, I do. Jace wakes me up just snoring, even though I can't hear it, but he wakes me up and I know that I'm snoring, so I move, shift position, and it stops. So that's why I have the CPAP machine to help with that problem. So after the storm blew through, the power came back on and everything, we decided to order a larger size Blue Yeti and put it under our bed, plugged into the wall, and we got our CPAP machine plugged into the Blue Yeti, ready to go. So if we ever lose power, it will give Jay time to wake up because he can hear the click of the power going off and I can't. It will allow him to wake up, or if he slept with the machine will be long enough power bank for him to be able to sleep through the night without power. So there's that. We've had a lot of good things happen, which was good. But with that storm and the reason we lost power, we had a huge tree fall down. And it took out the power line that was right in our backyard. So our house, the house behind it, the wonderful neighbors, the nicest people to me, lost power. The house next to our back neighbor and the White House next to him also lost power, and that line was on a different spot. We called AES company. They came out to assess the situation, but when he came back, he plugged the wire in, but only 2 houses got power. Mine and these people behind it did not. I don't know why, but it took them a while to get back. And you kind of got to give them credit though. I mean, it was such a bad storm. It pretty much almost all over Ohio was affected with power loss, trees down, wire lines down, damages galore. We did have a tornado touchdown not far from us. That was like an EF0, EF1. We've had barn damages down the street. I mean, it was a wild storm. We got worried that we were going to get hit with another windstorm that happened Friday after this one. But thankfully, everything was good on our end, but everybody else did get affected. So we filed a claim with State Farm because we had storm damages. And that went through just fine. We get a letter in the mail. I guess the assessor for State Farm has walked around the house to look at the damages and stuff like that. And we got a letter in the mail saying that we have a door right here on the second floor. We call it the suicide door. Yeah, I know it sounds stupid. The reason is there's no handle on it. It's bolted shut. It's completely bolted shut. The way the house was built, the person was going to put a wraparound deck, but never got around to it. So that door's been bolted shut. The other people that bought the house that we took over as a land contract was going to put a garage in and open that door up and make it into another bedroom above the garage. But they've got several other properties. They haven't really pursued it yet, but they were looking for people to rent out. So we took over the place and got a land contract. So according to them, they were like, you would either have to take the door out, drywall it, to put a window in there and stuff like that. Like I say, you can't even open it at all. In order to open it, you got to try to take the stupid pins off the door. I mean, it's been like this long before we lived there. We lived there for 10 years. Or we could build steps, like an emergency fire step, wood one with a little deck landing and it had to be covered going down to the front yard. Now, mind you, it's pretty high up. I don't think anybody really wanted to walk down those steps. And I'm sitting there thinking about it. We both were, and we're like, okay, what happens if we don't follow through with that? If we don't do that plus a couple other things that they think that they need to be done, we would lose our homeowners insurance through Safe Harbor. Okay, I was told, so it is. So we said, well, we had plans. It was going to be like a year or two from now. But it's going to be moved forward even sooner than we thought, possibly. So, we have been working on getting the mortgage on the house. So June is our 10-year contract with the people that in contract. We can get a mortgage anytime from 10 years after. So that was the agreement. So we're in the process of working on that to see where to go from there. But we're kind of having a little bit of weird things going on, but it's going through. We found a guy who is a licensed handyman who does electrical, painting, everything. So we went ahead and asked him come in to do the breaker bar. We had a fuse bar. That's been there long before we even lived in this house. We've been wanting to do a breaker bar. So with him, my husband and him went down and bought the materials for the breaker box and everything. And he picked up his buddy who is a licensed electrician and worked with him, and they had that done in 3 hours, working flawlessly. So the breaker box is done. That was one thing that we've been wanting to get done. We're going to get him to paint that room, because he had to cut the drywall out to get into the electrical box. And we're going to have him paint our bedroom, so that way it's nice and cleaned up. And the reason we're doing our bedroom is we painted it black with white trim. This room used to be black. We painted it black in this room for our gaming stuff. We were doing gaming at the time. But we did the bedroom black with black outline lines, and we had black curtains, which I suffered migraine so bad that the slightest little light that would hit my eye would just make me sicker. It was so bad. I suffered through that for a long time. This new medication has been working with me to the point that I don't have to worry about lights now. I can actually wake up and look at the light like I'm human. Yeah. I mean, if you were coming to my house and said, you guys vampires? Yeah. We used to have dark living room walls that used to be like a really pretty green. It was a gorgeous green. And it was also dark. And these 2 bedrooms were black. The room downstairs was not. It was painted normal. So we painted this room because Jace wanted to go more brighter color for the gaming and stuff like that. Now I have it. He don't game too often anymore. So we're going to have him paint our bedroom, fix that all up, paint the little room downstairs, we call it storage room now, and paint that up since he did the drywall and that. So we're just going to buy one color paint and the both of those rooms get painted. He wants the house, but we have to work on getting the mortgage so we could sell it to him. But we're also waiting for the guy that we got the house from. He has 3 lots right here. And he said it either we take all 3 or we don't take any at all. We don't want all 3. We just want the strip to park the car on so we could sell the house with it. But he said it's either all 3 or none. But he said that he's not sure what he's going to do about this lot. So that kind of puts that in another plan perspective. So while we were waiting for information for the guy that was getting the mortgage on, we went ahead and used 2 places for shopping. We stopped down in Lakeview, which is right down by NLA, to a RV wholesaler to price out RVs first. Get an idea of what we want for us, because we have 3 dogs, and what the prices were, where to go from there, and stuff like that. We got a lot of information. A lot. wonderful information. And then yesterday, we decided to go out and Troy and check out another one. And we talked with this guy. We got a lot of different information as well that helped us to decide where we want to go from there. So the one out of Troy that we went to yesterday only has a couple RVs, and they're slowly phasing out the RVs in their location because their location don't sell enough RVs to keep it in the lot. They sell mostly tow behind, fifth wheel, those kind of campers. And so there was that. So we decided to look around while we were there. So we looked at some of the tow behind. And we were kind of shocked on the price compared to the RV that motorized to the tow behind and the size of it. So like there was this one RV we were looking at, I think it was like 22 feet, where they had a pole behind that was 26 feet for the tow behind. And it had a lot of space, which was nice. And it also had a slide out. So you're probably getting the picture now, right? So we've already seen Rose Avenue and stuff like that, and we've been going back and forth. And our goal at the time was to get something to get us further out. At this house, out of Ohio altogether, and start heading west. We want to travel. We want to live in an RV, well, live in a camping, overlanding, boondocking. We want to travel. We want to do all of that. And the question you're going to ask is, how are you going to do it with the dogs? We can. You just got to work with them. So we're looking to see what would be comfortable for us and with the dog. Now mind you, Remington just turned 11 last month. Ranger got to turn 10 in May 18th, I believe. They're older dogs. They are still young like a puppy, which is what we like. But they are showing their age. So they slow down a lot. And they are big dogs. But I have watched so many YouTube channels that do fan camping, truck camping, tow behind camping, fifth wheel camping. It doesn't matter. They all had at least a couple dogs. Some had 3. And some of them were bigger dogs like German Shepherds and that. So they can do it. If they can do it, you can. We've been wanting to leave. We want to travel all over the United States, the whole of the 48. When we are living a life without a voice. I know you're going to think it's cruel for us to say that, we're not. When the time comes that each of these boys go at their time, that's when we're going to start going out to Alaska, Canada, and Mexico. We're going to fly out to Hawaii to put our foot in Hawaii as a 50th state. It is our dream. We've been wanting to do this for a while. Quite a few years now. That's why you're seeing my logo being a schoolie with Jeju behind that. That's why. What's going to happen to me with this channel, I'm not going to stop. I just won't be able to show a lot of crocheting stuff on the channel, but I will crochet. It's just a big little thing. Like keychains and stuff like that. Maybe I could sell it to the locals wherever I go. Why not? But you guys should join our journey to travel with the most beautiful scenery wherever we go. Because when I'm crocheting to do this video, it's not going to be in this room. It's going to be outside with the most beautiful nature. It is time for us to follow our dream. Which is why I haven't been recorded the last 3 weeks. We've had so much stuff going on, throwing at us, that it was overwhelming. And it was exhausting, I'm not going to lie. I look a little bit tired today, but I'm okay. I'm not sick, I'm okay. We've been going for walks because the weather's finally warming up. And we're trying to get back into our lifestyle that we used to be. Where we used to go for walks all the time. We used to go to parks all the time. We did all of that all the time. And then when we moved out here, his dad got sick, my husband's dad. And my husband ended up being a full-time caregiver to his dad for the last 7 years. No, 8 to 9 years. He has been taking care of him, and whenever Jace would be working, he called his dad at every break and every line to make sure he's okay. Because I was working second shift too. I was working at Honda. He was working at Plastic Pack doing that. Until one night, he called his dad. His dad had a phone. He always takes it with him. And he was talking with him, and then he said, "I'm lost. I went to go look for a little dog that got out and ran away." And long story short, he got out of the house and started walking, thinking that we had a little dog, but we didn't. We only had Remington Gunner at the time that happened. And Jay, that was lunch break. Jay said, "Dad, tell me where you are. You see a gas station? There's a gas station right there. It's like 2 minutes by foot." And he said, "Yes, I want you to go inside there, and I want you to sit down on that bench and wait for me. If anyone asks if you're okay," he said, "Yes, my son's on his way." And that was it. He went out. He told his boss, "I'm going to have to leave. I don't get to take care of my dad. I'm sorry." He's waiting for me at the gas station. Came home, got him. He was fine. Nothing wrong. He was good, thank goodness. I came home from work. It was midnight by the time I got home because I was till 11. No, I was till midnight. I didn't get home until about 1:45. I come home. He was really scared now, but he didn't really tell me what was going on because I was working. He wanted to get me worked out. He said, "Let's go talk." We went upstairs, we talked about what happened today, and I agreed for him to quit his job so he could stay home and take care of his dad. It was the best way because I was working at Honda and I was making good money there compared to what he was at Plastic Pack. So my income was higher than his, so I stayed working at Honda. And he stayed home to take care of his dad, and he did not feel right for me to take care of him because that's his father. So he's been off work since 2017. That's a long time. Over 2018. So yeah, it's been 9 years now. He's been dormant for so long, taking care of his dad because he had Alzheimer's and stuff like that, where the only way you can keep him from walking all over the house or leave the house is to sit him on the couch and watch TV. That was the distraction that we were able to give to his dad. He could never get out of the house to go out because it was rough on him. Until we have called and called and called to get help for his dad as a caregiver because of Alzheimer's. Finally, I'd have to say 4 years ago, 5 years ago maybe, he finally got help and said that your father should be able to go in the nursing home because of Medicare and stuff like that. So we called, we got information, and got him into a nursing home. That was a very, very, very hard thing for him to do because his dad followed him around everywhere. And it was wrong. And I remember him coming home after taking his dad to the nursing home. He broke down. He broke down and he cried. But I told him that his dad is going to be in his best care with people who are trained to work with these kind of patients. We go up and visit him when we can and stuff like that. It took him a long time to overcome this. He's come a long way, which is why we've been walking, because his health it was not the best because he'd been dormant for so long. I've been dormant for a couple of years, 2 years. And it's hard in 2 years, but put 8 to 9 years for him. It's longer and harder. But he's doing really good. He's pushing. You got it. You're going to get there. We're all going to finish him for it. His dad passed away. It'll be 3 years in May. That's hard to believe. May 2nd will be 3 years since his dad passed away. I was at peace when he passed because it was a very horrible thing to see anybody go through this, Alzheimer's. And I told Jace that your dad is with my husband's mom now. His mom passed away at 05. And so they're dancing together. They're finally reunited. And they're going to be waiting for you. And he knows that. He has been trying for a long time to get out and do things. To spread his wings and be free. You know, as a couple, with or without children, you're supposed to be able to book vacations once in a while. Go on places, trips. You know, I made a joke like 4 years ago. It was just a joke. And I said, wouldn't it be cool if we got an RV and just lived in it and traveled? I never thought the people actually do that and drive. I always thought they'd get that big fifth wheel and you find a park and you park it and that's where you live and you go on vacation, that's what you do. And so one day he called me and said, you have to see this. He found several different people on their own channels filming their lifestyle living in a camper van, an RV, fifth wheel, and truck camper, full time. No house, nothing. And I looked at him and said, wait, we can do that? He said, yes. And I was like, what the heck are we doing? That's why there's so much going on right now. We're in the process of getting this house fixed up, so we're not sure what's going to happen there. We're in the process to decide if we want to do an RV or get a pickup truck with a tow behind. So we'll probably most likely do a truck with the tow behind because with the truck you can get a camper on the truck down the road after the truck. So we're not sure. So keep checking back every while before I talk about this again. So I wanted to share this to let you know why my videos were 3 weeks missing. I did not forget about all of you. I have been crocheting up the storm. I got a lot of stuff ready to go. And I will show you this thing up here. These are all of the scrunchies that I've made over the years. I've sold quite a few online before. This plastic container inside the bin is scrunchies. I got so many of them. And that bin had all the keychains ready to go. I've been working on keychains more than anything because I think those are fun because they're cheaper. A lot of people like little cheaper things. So I'm finishing up a couple of keychains downstairs, and then I'm going to work on just some of the smaller things that are like $10 to $15. And then I'm going to stop. And I'm going to kind of only make what I'm selling the most of through the farmer's market. And you're probably wondering what's going to happen when the time comes with all this. I am taking some with me. I'm not going to get rid of anything. I'm only going to take what I can take in the truck or whatever we get. And I will crochet, but I'm transitioning from Premier yarn and only get loops and thread yarn or burlap yarn. Because I can get those at Walmart or Michael. And that won't be a problem. It's going to be tough. Both of us. I mean, we're going to have so much fun. You know, I love crocheting. I enjoy doing it. It really pulled me through a lot. It's very therapeutic for me. I stuck with that. But I'm not going to give it all up. And we have plans in the future once we leave Ohio we're tired of the cold. I'm noticing that since I've had nest surgery 3 hours now, when we go from a very low temperature and it drops down to like 30 to 40, it destroys me to the point that the only thing that helped me the pain was to take a narcotic, opiate. And I don't want to have to do that all the time. That's not me. And we want to live somewhere where it's warm pretty much year round. We want to be where it's sunny 300 plus days to the year. I love my snow, I do. I love my 4 seasons, but I just don't like the cold. My body, it does not like the cold. And we want to go out west. We want to visit all the state national parks, state parks, and just be free. So I may take some small orders. If someone, maybe calls me, hey, I really love this item, can you make one? I would do that. I'll go to the store, get the specific color I need, and I'll make them order and ship it out to them. I have no problem doing that. It's time for my husband and I to be free and go traveling. We need a vacation. Excuse my friend, we need a long ass vacation. And it's time. So I want to thank you guys for listening and letting me talk. I will update you when things start to change and what happened with this house, what our plan is going to be, stuff like that when the time's right. But I will have my market recording for next week. My first market is Saturday, so wish me luck on that. I hope I do good. I hope I can sell some good stuff. I'm excited though. And I hope you guys continue to be part of my channel, my journey. And when the time comes that we leave and we start visiting all these beautiful places, I'm going to make sure that you guys can see that. And I will send you over to Ira Joint's channel on YouTube. It's up, but it's not ready yet. So once we start getting things going, when the time's right, that I will link it down below in some of the newer videos down the road. And you can follow us there and watch us just enjoy life with the dog, visiting all these beautiful places and stuff like that. You might see me crochet a couple times on there, but it will be on this channel, my channel. So that was from a fun channel. So that's about it. So give me the thumbs up, click on the subscribe button to continue to follow and see what our next journey is going to be. And make sure you click on the bell to get the notification. So I want to thank you guys for being here. Much love. See ya.